Hi everyone. Today we are creating a symbolic self-portrait. And a symbolic self-portrait is different than a traditional self-portrait. When you think of making a self-portrait, you tend to think about looking in a mirror, looking at yourself and drawing what you see. Well, there is a whole lot more about you than just what you see in the mirror, and that's what this is all about. So we want to start to think about things that are important to you, things that you would want somebody to know about you more than what they can just see. Some of it can be about what you would see in the mirror, but it should probably go a little bit deeper than that. So the first thing that we're going to do here is talk about some of those qualities, brainstorming some of those qualities. So all you need for this project to get started is just paper and something to write with. A pencil, Sharpie, whatever you have at home, and any blank paper. So we want to start thinking about, okay, what are some of those qualities that are important to you? So if I'm going to do that and use myself as an example, I would probably think about my family first, and I'd like to come up with at least 10 things about me. So 10 things. So let's say I have 3 children, 3 boys. I have a husband. I am from Providence, but I live here on Cape Cod and I've lived here for a long time. And I would want to continue coming up with these 10 ideas, the other things that might be important to me. For instance, where I'm from. My family is from Ireland. I'm Irish. Some of my family is from Canada, so I'm French Canadian. I might want to write about things that I like to do with my family, traditions, activities, things that make me who I am. So I would continue to brainstorm those ideas. Then after you do that, below that, I'd like you to come up with as many adjectives as you can to describe you. So words to describe you. How would you describe yourself? How would someone who knows you well describe you? Would they say that you're funny? Would they say maybe that you're friendly? Maybe you're very silly. Maybe you're very intelligent. Maybe they would say you're athletic or artistic, or whatever words you think, imaginative, whatever words you think describe you, and come up with those words down here. Okay, now that we have the brainstorming part down, now we want to transform this into a design. Okay, and there's a simple process that I want you to take for this. But before we do that, I'm going to show you just a few examples of some symbolic self-portraits. So I'm going to bring this one a little bit closer. And so this person, when they started, they came up with a basic shape. They came up with this outline of their head, a silhouette of their profile, and then they took all of these ideas that they probably brainstormed and created images and filled this whole area in here with those images. Then I'm going to guess they took some words that they felt described them, or words that meant something to them, and created a design all around that shape. So that's basically what we're going to do with this today. And this is another example of a similar type of design where this person took the profile of their head, filled it with images, completely filled it with images. There's no space left over. They even overlapped some of their images and then filled the area all the way around it with some words. So, and one more. Now this one's a little bit different. This one didn't even start with the shape of a head, which is fine. They created a shape that appealed to them, I suppose, and then filled it with images that probably meant something to them. So there's a bunch of ways to go about this. There's really no right or wrong way, which is one of the great things about art. So now where do we go from here? So now we take our ideas. Now we want to create on another piece of paper a shape. Now it can be like these other examples. It could be something like the shape of a head. That would be okay. But maybe it's going to be a different shape. Like I have a cat, our cat Coco. Maybe I'll start with the shape of a cat. That will contain all of my images. And then once I'm done with that shape, I'm going to start to fill this shape with the ideas that I brainstormed. And you can add to it too if you come up with other ideas as you're working. I'm going to fill it with images. They're going to be very close together. Some will be big, some will be small, and you'll notice I started to fill this cat shape with things about me. I continued my brainstorming. So, for instance, here's my family. I have my husband and my 3 boys. This represents, this palette and paint and paintbrushes represents the fact that I'm an artist. Here's my shamrock and my Canadian flag. I went to Boston University for college. I worked at the Perkins School for the Blind in Boston for a while before I came to Morse Pond. So after I did that, now I'm taking the adjectives that I brainstormed and I'm going to start to create a word design around this. So this entire image is about you. All of the great things that are about you, and fill it with as many things that make you special. Maybe it's you speak a different language in your home. Maybe it's you're from a different country. Let's see that stuff. And so this project, it's not due today. We'll work on this for a while, but have fun. Really think about what you want to include this to represent you.